Hey, what's up? Facebook. Wanted to send this message, and also my friends on LinkedIn. I'm gonna be posting this video on LinkedIn pretty soon. Practicing repurposing my content. But I wanted to share this important hack, this important tip, this important secret, this important strategy, especially if you want to learn how to network and you just don't fit in, and you just don't belong. You just don't really fit in here. And you're probably thinking, like, when I had a story that I once heard. I used to always go to these events, and being a minority, being a Filipino, and being the youngest person, I would go to all these different events when I was a couple of years ago, and I wouldn't really fit in. I wouldn't really belong here. I would go to all these different events, and it's just like everyone was so successful, everyone had millions of dollars, but I just wouldn't fit in, right? People would just stare at me, and I would feel stupid being here. I remember when I went to the Growth Con, and I went to the 10X boot camp, and I borrowed a bunch of money, and I borrowed a bunch of credit cards to go to the boot camp in Miami. And there was people that had billions of dollars, millions of dollars at this event. And I was young. This was about a year ago. I didn't have too much money. I had to borrow money to go there. And a part of me felt like I didn't belong. Part of me just felt furious, and I would walk into this hotel because I would sleep at a cheap Airbnb, and I would get there. I think I walked to that building because I couldn't afford a cab, and I actually went into this place. I paid thousands of dollars to be there, and I just really didn't feel like I fit in, right? I felt like an imposter. I felt like a fool being there because all these people had so much money and I didn't. But I wanted to share with you this one hack and this one secret, especially when you're in places that you don't really know where to be. Especially in these places where you don't really know where you're at, and maybe people around you are more successful than you are. Maybe the people around you have more net worth than you are. Maybe all these people around you have so much success in their business and you don't. This message is for you. I wanted to share this message to all you people who want to network with confidence, right? So I want to share with you this one hack and this one secret that you can take for your business. This one hack that you can take to skyrocket your confidence, especially when you're networking in business and high-level places. So I encourage you to grab notes. I'm gonna share with you 3 strategies on how to do this. And this post is actually sponsored by Leads on Demand. And if you're watching, I really encourage you to put down below where you're watching this from, right? I encourage you to put down below where you're watching this. Post a comment down below, because look, Facebook algorithm isn't really good. Facebook actually doesn't even like all these different posts and videos. So please drop a comment, because your comment will help me, and your comment will actually help someone who's struggling with their confidence as well. Especially, this message is for the young entrepreneur, the young CEO that really wants to level up, but hey, maybe you're young, maybe you don't know what you're doing, maybe you're just really scared of something, right? Because that's me. And I was just at the 10X Growth Con. I was just in Las Vegas, and now I'm in Seattle. And I'm about to go back to my flight back to Calgary. And I wanted to share this really important message, especially for all you people that want to raise your confidence. And this one hack will help you. So drop the hashtag hack down below, and I'll actually send you this information. I'll actually send you a little PDF on how to do this. So if you put hashtag hack down below, you can do it. So, because when I'm networking, sometimes I walk into a room and I'm nervous. Sometimes I walk into a room and people look different than me. Sometimes I walk into a room and people are more successful than I am in my mind, right? Sometimes I walk into a room and I just feel foolish because maybe I want to level up and I'm not at the same level they are. So maybe you're not feeling good enough. Maybe you're not feeling worthy enough. Maybe you don't feel like you'd even deserve to be there. Because I've been there too. Being a minority, being young, being Filipino, and everyone else is maybe white or Caucasian or Canadian or American, and not being an immigrant is different. There's some places where I don't feel like I belong sometimes. But I realized I had this one secret that I wanted to share with you. That this one secret will skyrocket. And before I share this with you, I need you to put down hashtag hack down below, and then I'll share that with you, right? Because you guys don't have to suffer from this. You guys don't have to suffer from being alone, being foolish, or you guys don't have to suffer from not fitting in all these different places, right? And I want you guys to fit in. Now this one hack is this: whenever I walk into a room, especially when there's people where I don't fit in, or where I don't belong, or where I don't feel good enough, I do two things. The first one is where I actually change my body language. So I know with Warrior Leadership, one of our projects with helping young leaders, one of the biggest things that I teach is how to raise your confidence. So I started to do this. I started to learn this. I started practicing, and it's called ABT, awareness, body, and talk. So it starts with being aware, right? I need to be aware of what's happening for me. So if I walk into a room and I feel like I'm lacking confidence, I'm like, okay, I'm aware. So I can gently actually be aware of what's coming up in my mind. If I'm scared, if I'm nervous, or I'm thinking like I don't deserve to be here, I'll be aware of that. But the secret to this is being aware in a gentle way. You know, being aware in a way that's I'm kind to myself. So I'm just aware. I'm like, okay, I'm aware that I'm nervous right now. I'm aware that there's a thought that I don't belong, or I'm aware that I feel weird. I'm aware. Now the next thing is called B. Body. So be aware of your body. Change your body. Where in your body can you change your state? Because you know, Tony Robbins talks about this all the time. It's how can I change my body? How can I change my body language? So what can I do to change my body language right now? Do I need to stand up taller? Do I need to sit up straight? Do I need to change how my posture is? Do I need to take a deep breath? What can I change in my body? I'm not talking about my head. I don't want you guys to be in your head at this moment. I want you guys to be in your body, like physically in your body. You know, be aware of, is my posture tall, or can I take up space, or can I put my arm on this? And a great secret for this is that when I'm at a networking event and I feel small, I'll actually put my arm here. You know, I'll actually put my arm up onto like a chair, and I'll just take up space. This one simple thing of just taking up space with my body helps me so much. And the last thing is talk, is being aware of my self-talk, guys. Because I know when I'm in these different networking events and I feel small, I'm aware of what's happening in my brain. I take a moment, I don't care what other people are thinking, I'm just being aware of, I go inside my mind and I'm like, hey, what's coming up for me right now? Am I thinking that I'm not good enough to be here? Do I think that everyone's successful and I'm not? All these different programs that come up that when I was younger, all these different thoughts in my mind are coming into my mind, such as I'm not good enough and all that. So when I'm aware, I change my body, I can change my self-talk. That's the third one, talk. So I start thinking is like, okay, I belong here. I'll start thinking, I belong here. The words, I belong here. Or I start thinking in my head, I deserve it. You know, I start saying, I deserve to be here. Or I am good enough to be here. I am good enough to be at this event with all these millionaires. You know, I remember I was at this event, with Grant Cardone event, and there was millionaires around me. There was only 500 people in the room, and all these people made more money than I would. And I felt small. But I started thinking in my head is that, you know, I'm a valuable man. I'm a trillionaire. And what I'd like to do almost every day is for 10 minutes, I like to really use my self-talk. I start giving myself positive, confident affirmations. I call this warrior communication. I actually start saying that I belong here. I'm worthy. I'm a strong person. I'm a trillionaire. I am a money magnet. I'm a confident man. I'm a valuable man. Now this last part is the saying that I am valuable. If you start saying I'm valuable to yourself and start believing that you are valuable and that you actually belong in that place, just start thinking I'm valuable. I'm a valuable person. I'm a valuable person in this room. If you just keep repeating that to yourself, I'm valuable, I'm valuable. Whenever you walk into a networking event and you feel small, start thinking, I'm valuable. And I started using this. I started thinking, I am valuable. Now this one last secret is this one last self-talk, and this one thing is so powerful. This is what I started using. And if you guys want to learn this, put #hack down below, and I want to give you this hack. And I only want to give it to the people who are really serious and who are really committed, because look, I don't want to give it to you if you're not going to use it. Because so many people, I like to give all this value, but some of the people that watch my videos, they don't really take action. They just look at it and they just watch the video and they don't even care. I'm only gonna do this if you put the hashtag down below and I'll give you this hack, yeah? Now this hack is this, and it's really important. I start thinking, it's up to me, I start thinking that I am big. No one deserves to make me feel small. You know? I start thinking that I'm big. I'm not small. I actually start trying to take up space and actually start thinking, look, don't ever feel small. And I actually start taking up space so I feel bigger. So the more space I take up, I feel confident. And maybe I feel small in my head, or maybe my let's say when I was last year, when I didn't have a lot of money, when I was struggling a long time ago, last year when I went to this event and I was like, man, I couldn't even afford a cab. Now I bring this confidence and I start feeling big. I actually start taking up space. I start taking up physical space so I feel bigger. So I start feeling like I belong to people. I start taking up space. I start standing in my power pose. And you're gonna feel foolish, but the more space you take up at these networking events, more people will notice you. A lot of people will notice you at these events. People will actually start going up to you and seeing how confident you are. By you taking up space, it shows maximum confidence. It shows that no one has the right to make you feel small. Honestly. And that's the thing that comes up in my head, is that no one has the right to make you feel small. So if you can really believe that, no one has the right to make you feel small, I want you to start taking up space to be big, because your dreams are big and your legacy is big. And maybe your money or your success isn't big right now, or your impact isn't big right now. I want you to start thinking and taking up body language like you are big. I want you to start having your body language that you are worthy, that you are strong, that you are big. Start taking up space. Because look, when I started doing this, guys, I've had people who are making 7 figures, 6 figures a month coming to talk to me. I start having good conversations with millionaires. I start having connections with people who have a lot of money. I start having connections with people who have massive success. Like the other day, we were at the Mandalay Bay Hotel and we were walking, and I met a guy who was actually on stage at the GrowthCon. He was actually on stage. He went from $1 million a year to $10 million in revenue. So he went from 1 million to 10 million. And look, I couldn't have talked to him if I couldn't have, went up to him and be confident enough to have a conversation with him if I didn't honestly think I was good enough. If I thought I wasn't good enough, if I thought I was just small, and if I thought I wasn't good enough to be there, I wouldn't have had that conversation. Now we're gonna be recording a podcast. Now we're gonna be doing big things. And it all starts with me feeling big. When I start taking up space, when I start truly believing that I belong here, that I do belong in this in this room, that I do belong in this place that I'm at, that I do belong around all these successful people, I do belong here. Seriously, guys. So I started using this strategy. I started using this mindset of like, look, I belong in this place. And I start taking up space. I'm aware of my body language. I'm aware of my self-talk. And then I start having that confident self-talk. I start building that confident image of myself, because I know you guys do belong. Whatever room you are in, whether you're an immigrant, whether you're young, and maybe you're the youngest person in the room, you guys do belong. You guys are the biggest people in that room. But it all starts with you having that mindset shift, taking up space like a leader, and being confident. So I wanted to share that message with you guys here. This is Kevin here with Leads on Demand. This one networking hack will make you feel like a massive leader. This will raise your confidence. This will raise your level in life. And I want you guys to start using this one strategy, because look, I used to feel small all the time, and sometimes I do. But the more space I take up, the more confident words that I start using, the more times I start speaking up, it shows how confident I am. So I hope you have a powerful day. This is Kevin here from Leads on Demand. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Have a great day.